SAP Adobe Forms Online Training. Introduction to SAP Adobe Forms. SAP Adobe Forms, officially known as SAP Interactive Forms by Adobe, IFBA, is a technology for designing and generating electronic forms within the SAP system. It was introduced in 2005 as a successor to SAP Script and SAP Smart Forms, and it has since become the standard for form development in SAP. Adobe Forms offers a number of advantages over its predecessors, including interactive forms. Adobe Forms can create interactive forms that can be filled out electronically, either on a computer or on a mobile device. This can significantly improve the efficiency of business processes, as users no longer need to print out and manually fill out forms. Rich design capabilities. Adobe Forms uses the Adobe Interactive Forms Designer, Lifecycle Designer, to create forms. This tool provides a powerful and easy-to-use graphical interface for designing forms, and it includes a wide range of features for creating complex and visually appealing forms. Separation of design and programming. Adobe Forms separates the design of a form from its programming logic. This makes it easier to create and maintain forms, as designers and programmers can work on different aspects of the form independently. Adobe Forms is used to create a wide variety of forms, including order forms. Adobe Forms can be used to create order forms for customers to place orders for goods or services. Invoices. Adobe Forms can be used to create invoices to send to customers. Shipping documents. Adobe Forms can be used to create shipping documents, such as bills of lading and packing slips. Employee forms. Adobe Forms can be used to create employee forms, such as expense reports and timesheets. Benefits of SAP Adobe Forms. To create an Adobe form, you will need to use the Adobe Interactive Forms Designer, Lifecycle Designer. This tool provides a graphical interface for designing the layout of the form, as well as for adding data fields and other interactive elements. You can also use the Lifecycle Designer to connect the form to SAP data sources, so that the form can be populated with data from the SAP system. Once you have created an Adobe form, you can generate it as a PDF file. This PDF file can then be distributed to users, either electronically or in print. Users can fill out the PDF form using a PDF reader, and the data that they enter can be saved and submitted back to the SAP system. Adobe Forms is a powerful and versatile tool for creating electronic forms in SAP. It is a valuable tool for businesses that want to improve the efficiency of their business processes and reduce their reliance on paper-based forms. What is the use of Adobe Forms in SAP? Adobe Forms reads the associated master and transaction data from the SAP system. The application then displays the data in the desired and predefined form, for example, as a print form. It is also possible to enter data in forms. SAP Interactive Forms by Adobe is the successor to SAP Script and Smart Forms. What are the differences between SAP Smart Form and SAP Adobe Forms? SAP Interactive Forms by Adobe do not have page counter for the number of pages in a print job. It has only one for the pages of a form. Settings like initialize counter or increase counter are set in a different way in SAP Interactive Forms as compared to Smart Forms. SAP Interactive Forms may require scripting. Why is Adobe used for? Adobe Creative Cloud is a set of applications and services from Adobe Incorporated that gives subscribers access to a collection of software used for graphic design, video editing, web development, photography, along with a set of mobile applications and also some optional cloud services. What are the requirements for SAP Adobe Forms? This document includes some most common requirements of SAP Adobe Forms. To hide display an image at runtime. To display related information from different internal tables. To remove leading zeros from a field value. To display footer only on last page. What is interface in Adobe Form in SAP Embark? The form interface forms the basis for defining the form templates, which the application program supplies with data. The form builder supports the following interface types. Interface type. Description. Special features when editing the form interface. Features of SAP Adobe Forms. SAP Adobe Forms is a tool for designing and generating electronic forms that can be used in SAP applications. It is based on Adobe's widely used PDF, portable document format, technology, and it offers a number of advantages over traditional SAP form technologies, such as SAP Script and Smart Forms. Key features of SAP Adobe Forms include strict separation of programming and design. This makes it easier for business users to create and maintain forms without needing to have any programming knowledge. WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Design Editor. This makes it easy to see how your form will look before you generate it. Support for a wide range of form elements. This includes text fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, drop-down lists, and tables. Ability to create interactive forms. This means that users can enter data and submit forms electronically. Integration with SAP data. This means that form data can be easily integrated with SAP data sources. Support for multiple languages. This means that forms can be created and used in multiple languages. Benefits of using SAP Adobe Forms include reduced development time and costs. SAP Adobe Forms can help to reduce development time and costs by making it easier to create and maintain forms. Improved user experience. SAP Adobe Forms can help to improve the user experience by making it easier for users to enter data and submit forms. Increased efficiency. SAP Adobe Forms can help to increase efficiency by automating form processes. Improved compliance. SAP Adobe Forms can help to improve compliance by making it easier to create forms that meet regulatory requirements. Here are some additional features of SAP Adobe Forms. Support for barcode scanning. This allows users to scan barcodes to enter data into forms. Support for digital signatures. This allows users to digitally sign forms. Support for PDF archiving. This allows forms to be archived in a format that is compliant with international standards. Overall, SAP Adobe Forms is a powerful and versatile tool that can be used to create a wide range of electronic forms for SAP applications. It can help to reduce development time and costs, improve the user experience, increase efficiency, and improve compliance. What are the challenges of SAP Adobe Forms? SAP Adobe Forms is a powerful tool for creating interactive and dynamic forms within the SAP ERP system. However, there are some challenges that users may encounter when using SAP Adobe Forms. These challenges can be broadly categorized into three areas: technical, design, and usability. Technical challenges. Complexity. SAP Adobe Forms is a complex technology, and it can be difficult to learn and master. This can lead to errors and inefficiencies in the development and maintenance of forms. Integration with SAP. SAP Adobe Forms needs to be integrated with the SAP ERP system, which can be a complex process. This integration can sometimes lead to compatibility issues and performance problems. Performance. SAP Adobe Forms can be performance intensive, especially when dealing with large forms or large amounts of data. This can lead to slow form rendering and printing. Additional challenges of SAP Adobe. Design challenges. Creating user-friendly forms. Creating user-friendly forms that are easy to navigate and understand can be challenging. This is especially true for forms with a lot of data or complex calculations. Maintaining consistency. Maintaining consistency in the design of forms across the SAP ERP system can be challenging. This is especially true when multiple developers are working on different forms. Adapting to different devices. SAP Adobe Forms needs to be able to adapt to different devices such as desktops, laptops, and smartphones. This can be challenging, as the layout and functionality of forms need to be optimized for each device. Usability challenges. Training users. Training users to use SAP Adobe Forms can be challenging. This is because the tool is complex and there are many different features to learn. Troubleshooting. Troubleshooting problems with SAP Adobe Forms can be challenging. This is because the tool is complex and there are many different potential causes of problems. Supporting different languages. SAP Adobe Forms needs to be able to support different languages. This can be challenging, as the translation of forms can be complex, and there are many different cultural considerations to take into account. Why choose SAP Adobe Forms? Strict separation of data and layout. Adobe Forms uses a data-driven approach, which means that the form's data is separate from its layout. This makes it easy to maintain forms and make changes without affecting the underlying data. Support for interactive forms. Adobe Forms supports both static and interactive forms. Static forms are simple forms that are typically used for printing, while interactive forms can be used to collect data from users. Interactive forms can also be used to automate workflows and integrate with other SAP applications. Easy to use. Adobe Forms is relatively easy to use, even for users who are not familiar with SAP. The Adobe Lifecycle Designer is a user-friendly drag-and-drop tool that makes it easy to create and design forms. Mobile support. Adobe Forms can be used to create forms that can be accessed from mobile devices. This is important for businesses that need to collect data from employees or customers who are on the go. Compliance. Adobe Forms can be used to create forms that comply with regulatory requirements. This is important for businesses that operate in regulated industries, such as healthcare and finance. Advantages of SAP Adobe Forms online training. SAP Adobe Forms online training offers several advantages over traditional classroom-based training. Here are some of the key benefits. Flexibility. Online training allows you to learn at your own pace and on your own schedule. You can access the training materials from anywhere in the world, and you can complete the training modules at a time that is convenient for you. Cost-effectiveness. Online training is typically more cost-effective than traditional classroom-based training. There are no travel or accommodation costs, and you can save on the cost of materials. Accessibility. Online training is accessible to anyone with an internet connection. This means that you can learn SAP Adobe Forms even if you live in a remote area or if you have a busy schedule. Interactivity. Online training can be more interactive than traditional classroom-based training. You can participate in online discussions, ask questions of the instructor, and collaborate with other learners. Up-to-date content. Online training courses are typically updated more frequently than traditional classroom-based courses. This means that you can be sure that you are learning the most up-to-date information. Career opportunities in SAP Adobe Forms. A career in SAP Adobe Forms offers a promising opportunity to work with a widely used enterprise resource planning (ERP) system and a leading document management platform. SAP Adobe Forms is a powerful tool that allows businesses to create and manage electronic forms, such as invoices, purchase orders, and customer service reports. Here are some of the career opportunities in SAP Adobe Forms. SAP Adobe Forms Developer. SAP Adobe Forms developers are responsible for designing, developing, and testing Adobe Forms. They need to have a strong understanding of both SAP and Adobe technologies. SAP Adobe Forms Consultant. SAP Adobe Forms consultants help businesses to implement and optimize their Adobe Forms solutions. They need to have a strong understanding of business processes and be able to communicate effectively with both technical and non-technical stakeholders. SAP Adobe Forms Solution Architect. SAP Adobe Forms Solution Architects design and oversee the implementation of Adobe Forms solutions for large enterprises. They need to have a deep understanding of SAP and Adobe technologies, as well as experience in enterprise architecture. Salary expectation in SAP Adobe Forms. The salary expectation for an SAP Adobe Forms developer in India can vary depending on experience, location, and company size. However, according to data from Indeed, the average salary for an SAP Adobe Forms developer in India is 450,000 rupee per year. Here is a breakdown of the average salary for SAP Adobe Forms developers in India by experience. Entry level 0 to 3 years of experience 300,000 rupees to 400,000 rupees per year. Mid-level 3 to 5 years of experience 400,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees per year. Senior level 5+ years of experience 500,000 rupees to 600,000 rupees per year. The salary range for SAP Adobe Forms developers in India can also vary depending on the location. For example, SAP Adobe Forms developers in Bangalore tend to earn more than SAP Adobe Forms developers in smaller cities. Why choose Proexcellency for SAP Adobe Forms online training? Here are some of the reasons why you might choose Proexcellency for SAP Adobe Forms online training. Experienced trainers. Proexcellency's trainers have extensive experience in SAP Adobe Forms and are well-versed in the latest features and functionalities. They are also able to provide real-world examples and scenarios to help you understand the concepts. Flexible learning options. Proexcellency offers a variety of flexible learning options to suit your needs, including live online classes, self-paced online courses, and blended learning programs. Affordable pricing. Proexcellency's SAP Adobe Forms online training courses are competitively priced and offer good value for money. Positive student reviews. Proexcellency has a track record of positive student reviews and testimonials. Students have praised the quality of the instruction, the flexibility of the learning options, and the affordability of the courses. Thank you.